What's going on, guys? Griffin here, back with another video for you all. Today I'm going to be talking about the app Acorns. A lot of you might have heard of Acorns by now, like the penny investing app, so to speak. That's not necessarily what I'm going to suggest it for in this video. For this video, I'm going to hop over to the computer here in a minute and show you guys what Acorns looks like, what I'm using it for, the type of portfolios you can go in, and what I suggest for this specific reason. I'm using it personally for my emergency fund, and the reason that I'm doing that is just simply because there's a higher interest rate. And obviously, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he says that your emergency fund isn't an investment type of account, it's insurance. But I just think, one, he probably doesn't look at these kind of apps too much. And I've been using Acorns for over 2 years now, off and on. Obviously, I've had a roller coaster financially, as most of us do in our younger years, or even throughout our whole life in some people's cases. But yeah, we're going to hop over to the computer real quick, and I'm going to discuss how it's a low risk account and why you should consider using it as a quote-unquote high interest savings account. So let's hop over to the computer and get right to it.
Alright guys, so like I said, finally getting my emergency fund started here. Hopefully you guys can hear me, see me in the webcam and everything okay. If not too well, I apologize for that. If anything, I'll probably redo the video. But as you can tell, like I said, I just started my emergency fund. I actually last night just did a $80 deposit as I sold one of my smartwatches. So that's about to go up to about $120, $130. I also just sold $50 worth of stuff late last night. So that extra $50 is going right towards the emergency fund. I'll be pushing close to $200 by the end of today. And I got a few more things selling. I'll be probably close to $500 in my emergency fund here, definitely by the end of January for sure. And I actually just got a new part-time job. It's about 2 days a week, mostly when I'm off, and luckily my girlfriend's already at work. It's an app called Order Up. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I didn't actually hear of it until I was looking for jobs on Indeed. You pretty much determine when you work. It's kind of like an Uber of food, so to speak. But I'll get in that in a whole nother video if you guys want to hear more about that. But it's like 20 bucks an hour, 15 to 20 bucks an hour just to deliver people food. So I mean, not too bad. But anyways, to the point of this video, like I said here, the last month, aka when I started putting money back into this, thinking about it as my emergency fund account, I've had roughly 3.5% return. Not quite 5 or 10. Like I said, the average is around 5. I think. Let's go to my all-time. Maybe if this will load. Oh, here we go. Okay, so all-time is just over 3%, which isn't great or anything, but I mean, if you were to just throw it in a savings account where you're going to get 0.05% interest, not even keeping up close with inflation. Inflation's around 2% right now. So at 1.3% on top of the inflation, I mean, that's not too bad just for a savings account. That's the whole point of this video, guys. This is not necessarily for if you're looking to invest. I mean, by all means, you can invest in this. Like me, I'm in an aggressive portfolio, which I'm considering backing off it some. I don't know. I'll play it out here and see what happens. But for most people, for your emergency fund in this case, you're going to want to do a conservative account. That way it's just going to have a very low risk on losing money, and so to speak, because like I said, you're not looking to hit a home run and make a lot of money off of this. And either way, it would take years for you to make some serious money off of doing this with Acorns. This, for me, and for what I'm suggesting for you guys, is just simply for your emergency fund. Get your $500 to $1,000 put in this account as soon as possible, and just let it sit there. If it grows and earns you 30 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever, then cool. I mean, it's free money, and you can pull it out anytime there is an emergency. Sorry if I look off over here for a minute. I wrote some notes just so I hit every note for you guys. Like I said, the goal is not to make money. Make sure that you're only taking this stuff out for emergencies, and that's another reason why I love Acorns so much, is it takes about 2 days, and this might irk some people, but it takes about 2 days, I noticed, for you to pull money out of this account, for it to actually hit your bank account. And that can be a good thing because it gives you time to think, is this really an emergency? do I really need this money? Like, you might make an impulse decision and be, oh, Super Bowl's coming up, I need a new TV, this is an emergency, let's pull it out of the emergency fund. And then 2 days later, like, you've been thinking about it, and then you're like, I don't really need a new TV. I have a 60, 65-inch TV. What is 70, 75 really going to make? It's not really an emergency at the end of the day. Put the money right back in. That's how it goes most of the time for most people, unless if you're just stupid with money, I guess. But that is why I love it so much, on top of, like I said, right there, 3.5%. And that's all time. Like I said, I've been using this for over 2 years. And you can tell that for a very long period of time, I had no money in it. Started putting money in again, then I took it all out, and now I'm starting to put money back in it. At one point, I don't know if I can specifically, I don't know how. I know on the phone, on the app, you can like literally use your finger and get the exact point per the exact second of how much money you had. I think at one point I had like $700 in this account, but I don't remember exactly. But obviously, this is where I am now, just over $30. I literally just started investing in this again right around Christmas time, I believe, not even a month ago, and I've made $1. I mean, I don't have no money hardly in there, but I've only put just over $30 in it. The extra change, if you do the math, you're like, well, there's like 20 cents left. I didn't invest like $30.20. I had like 20 cents just from what I left in there apparently a long time ago. That's where the math falls, but that doesn't matter. It's just pennies. But I mean, yeah, $1 away. Obviously, we're in a thriving stock market right now. Chances are it will end eventually. Just when is the big question. We could go on and on about that. But for now, what I would suggest is don't do what I have going on right now. If you're young, then yeah, I mean, it's not a huge deal if you lose a couple bucks. But for the most part, do one of the more conservative portfolios. I don't know if I can find out exactly how to change it. I know on the phone I can change it. They have like 4 different portfolios. One is like a very conservative. One is like what I would call somewhat conservative. Then there's the moderate. And then there's the aggressive. And I started out in the conservative, and then my parents and whatnot were like, oh, you're young, blah, blah, blah. You should be investing aggressive, if anything. So that's when it's been aggressive ever since. And I mean, I haven't lost any money, guys. Like I said, you see my all time, I've actually made over $20, and that's just free money. So I mean, it's not bad by any means, but teach their own, essentially. If you want to do the aggressive account, then by all means go right ahead. Just remember, at the end of the day, this is for an emergency fund for the most part. For me, for what I'm trying to teach you guys, like from what I've kind of learned from Dave, I'm just pretty much building on what I've learned from Dave Ramsey. He kind of got my head thinking about how I could best make an emergency fund, so to speak. And I'm half tempted to call a show someday and ask him about this. I'm sure he won't agree with it too much, but like I said, I mean, you don't have to literally live by someone's words. I mean, if I haven't ever lost a dime doing this, I mean, given it's only been 2.5 years and I haven't hardly invested in it, but if it seems like I'm not going to be losing hardly, if any, money at this point, I would say I'd probably break even. I don't know. I mean, the market would really have to crash for you to lose money doing this stuff, but I guess that could, I don't know. It's just up to you at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, I just really like this app. You can see like the exact percentage of what your money is going into. And on the phone, I don't know if it's just because I honestly don't use the desktop version that much. I do most stuff from my phone. The phone gets in deep detail. It'll show you every single company. And that's another thing I wanted to hit on for you guys. I'm pretty sure I put that here. Yeah, it's just know where your money is going. Like, click on each little portfolio. Just because you click on a portfolio doesn't mean you're necessarily set in that portfolio. You have to like click apply or something, and then they'll have you say that you agree that you're doing it or whatever. And just like before you make a decision on what portfolio you want to invest in, dive into these percentages right here. Dive into these. Dive into each company stock. See like which stock you're going to be investing in by doing each portfolio. just do your homework. Don't just jump into something just because I'm telling you to do it, just because other people are telling you to do it. Do your own homework, and like if the companies aren't really that well known around the world, or you just don't like something your gut doesn't feel right, then look at a different portfolio. There's 4 different portfolios, and if worse comes to worse, just forget it altogether and stick with your basic savings account or money market account at your bank, and just do that route if you wish. But I just wanted to bring this video to you guys really quick. I'm pretty sure I hit on everything that I put here. Like I said, just make sure that you only pull money out when it's an emergency, obviously. Duh. But yeah, pretty much, like I said, just leave it alone. Let it build over time, or do whatever it does. I mean, I'm not saying don't ever look at the money. Like, obviously, you want to make sure that your account's not starting to do this number over time. If so, pull out, throw it in a savings account, whatever. But that's where the whole 2 days really helps, and there's no fee. That's another great thing. I almost forgot that. I didn't even write that down. There's no fee for pulling out. There's like no type of commissions being paid. As far as I know, I've dived into their website deeply, and I didn't see nothing about no kind of commission. Every time I pulled out, there was no fee. They just make it where you have to keep at least 1 penny in your account, and I mean, that's probably where my 20 cents came from, in all honesty. But they just want you to have like 1 penny in your account, and I mean, there's no fee. You can pull out 50 different times in a month, no fee whatsoever. And yeah, 2 days you have your money. So if the market starts to dip and you get scared, you can pull out with not having to worry about any fees or anything. I mean, yeah, you're still probably gonna have taxes, especially if you have lots of money like being made off that account. But chances are you're not, because this is just an emergency fund. You're going to get your $500 to $1,000 put in here. Let it sit for emergencies till you get done with debt. And then go ahead and finish that emergency fund and let it sit. Now, by then, you're going to have $10,000 plus in the emergency fund. So chances are it probably will start to make you a little bit more money. But still, even at 3%, you're not going to make a ton of money. The compound interest might start helping you over time. But 3 to 7% of interest isn't really going to make too much at the end of the day, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Like I said, this is just an alternative for your emergency fund to just throwing it in a savings account, making you less than a fraction of a percent per month. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope it did kind of inform you some. I know I kind of bounced all over the place. I'm trying to do better by writing stuff down and whatnot, but hopefully it did help you guys hopefully this will help you make an informative decision on how you want to go about doing your emergency fund, and just giving you more options with it. If you liked the video, definitely make sure to smack the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button. I'll put it somewhere up in one of these corners. And then if you didn't see the previous video about how to purchase a car with cash and not have to worry about debt, I'll also put that video down here at the bottom somewhere. Obviously you see me in like a corner, so it's going to be different than my average video. But until next time, guys, go keep on being prosperous, keep making great decisions in 2018, and make it the best year of your life.